Hi, everybody. It's Heather. It's Wednesday evening instead of Wednesday afternoon, and I hope you haven't been waiting too long for this check-in to come in. I was spending a little bit of time in New Brunswick, where it was very cold instead of very snowy and slippery, doing a little retreat time at my family's cottage to do some writing and a few other things to get ready for the Advent season coming up. And while I was there, I was listening to Q, which is on CBC radio, and their outgoing song was Tom Petty, "The Waiting is the Hardest Part." And I'm sure that you know what he was talking about. We're still waiting for some election results from the US, and we may be waiting a little while longer. The final decision may not be made even when you get to this video. And it got me thinking about waiting. The waiting times are hard. I don't know if you've run into that book by Dr. Seuss called "Oh, the Places You'll Go." It looks a little like a child's book. It's actually, I think, really a book for adults and, in fact, children of all ages, and was written as a commencement or graduation address for a U.S. college. And he writes about all the fabulous things you're going to do and all the wonderful places you're going to go, until the places you go are not so wonderful. And one of the not so wonderful places he writes about is the waiting room, the place where you're waiting for something. Who knows what it is? Maybe it's a pleasant surprise, or maybe it's the agony of waiting for a diagnosis, or various other kinds of waiting where what's happened is that you're not in control of the situation. It's not your agenda that's determining when and how things happen, and so you just gotta wait. And I think that waiting is not something our culture does gracefully. We're in a hurry. It has to be delivered now. It's the sort of thing that we need to be on top of right now, 24/7, just-in-time delivery. Overnight delivery, I think, is another thing. You know, you can pay a little extra when you get your online product if you get it delivered tomorrow. I want to submit that sometimes waiting can be the better choice. I know that a few years ago I was having some uncertainty about where I wanted to go next, what direction I wanted to go in. And I prayed over and over again to God during that time to hear, to be able to have some clarity in the next thing to do. I prayed it for months. I prayed it, I'm not even sure all the time I thought I was going to get any kind of answer. And then after months and months of that kind of waiting, one day the answer came crystal clear. I don't think that God gave me the answer out of the blue, like zap, you understand. I think that what happened was the time of waiting and praying and opening myself to the possibility of an answer meant when the answer came by, I was ready to hear it. Waiting can have that kind of clarity in our lives. It can help us not rush into something, which may be a good thing or may not be, but we haven't really thought it through, so we don't know till we do it. I know that some kinds of waiting we do is hard. I know it's very difficult to give our fate over to a person or a circumstance where we don't have the final say. But I do think that there are spiritual gifts to be found there as well. So as we are all playing the waiting game, you know, both here in North America and the political reality, or maybe wherever you are in your life, I just pray that you may be open to the blessings of waiting, open to what waiting has to teach you, and in there find some wisdom that will help tell you how to, once you leave the waiting room, how to proceed. God bless you all. Talk to you later.